All right, my friends, welcome to episode 372 of Prof and Dev Play Games. My name is Larry, the professor, and over there is Anthony, the dev. Anthony, I will tell you, today, my daughter realized how cool it is to make video games. One day wants to be involved in making video games, and I told her that you made video games, and she just looked at me like, wow. So, yes, she is in awe of you.
That's common, and then they meet me, and then it's like, no,
She's already met you.
it's true. Just ruin the joy of like, oh yeah, making games, yeah, cynical,
crushes their
jaded person.
souls.
I'm like, yeah, it's not fun. It's work. You have to put up with these awful people that never make everyone happy. There's always going to be someone telling you how bad of a job you did.
Oh, yeah. Well, she did say when I said, "Do you want to make video games? You could do art or code or music or whatever." She's like, "I'd rather just play video games." It's like, oh, yeah, well, okay.
That's called QA, and actually, it's not really just playing video games, unfortunately. But
Yeah, exactly.
keep believing in that. Like,
You get
oh boy,
paid to play video games? No, I get paid to grind bugs.
yeah, yeah. I get paid to do the awful things that no
Yeah.
one really wants to be doing
Exactly.
over and over and over.
But eventually, all
Man.
the bugs are gone, and you get beautiful games.
You
Mostly.
get beautiful games. Not all the bugs are gone.
That's true. Good point. All the ones, well, not even all the ones that are egregious, but I think of like Breath of the Wild, right? Like Tears of the Kingdom. They already had the engine. They've been working on this for like 5 or something years. Like the huge bugs are probably not present.
Probably.
But there'll be fun little bugs, right? Like,
Yeah.
I was reading Polygon Kotaku today, and some bug. I haven't heard of this before, but in Witcher 3, where there's just a hammer between your legs, like, and it doesn't go away. There's just a fucking hammer wherever you run. There's a hammer. Cutscenes. There's a hammer. Just a hammer between your legs.
That's a fun bug. I wonder
Yeah.
how that happens.
I don't know, but this Redditor was like, "Help me! I know you think this is funny, but I can't play with this hammer. It's driving me nuts. Help me!" Been some very interesting Witcher 3 headlines this week. I sent
Yes,
one.
there have been.
Witcher 3 devs say that the realistic vaginas were not intentional. Like, I don't know how you have labia that look like that. It being, and someone drew
I mean,
that.
I feel like that's cyberpunk stuff.
Yeah.
Because cyberpunk had full nudity, detailed
Right.
nudity on for all genders.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, is this just, did some art just make its way across into the wrong place?
This is the singularity. It's all leaking together.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know how that just. Actually, I do know how that just happens to get in. Like, I'm sure there isn't like multiple stages of art review. It's probably some artist doing a thing and accidentally checks something into their source control.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like code reviewing where like a lot of times places will have full code reviews because you can. It's all in text, so you can go like, all right, I'm gonna check this in. I want to review. Send it off to a person so that they'll just look at the diff program that will show you like, hey, here's all the changes happening to this code and where it lives and how it changes things. You can't really do that with art files without actually opening up the art file. Like, there's not real programs to easily diff the two. So art tends to just be like, cool, checked in new art.
So
Done.
an artist could really fuck things up, right?
Yes, they can.
Wow, interesting.
There's been plenty of examples where that's happened, where the wrong crap gets checked in. Not in this kind of amusing way, but like, oh, this texture I checked in a bad texture, and it's like, now the world is like all black all the time.
Oh damn.
Yes,
Just like real life.
Artists can break the builds, just as much
like
as
everyone
anybody else.
Yep.
If you have the access to source control and you can change things and check things in, you will break the build. I guarantee it at some point.
I will share all this with my daughter so she can know what it's really like.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of games with bugs, or hopefully no bugs, we are going to review the February 2023 Nintendo Direct that we previewed or predicted last time. And boy, we thought we'd get about 10%. We got a fair bit more than that.
We did, and I was surprised.
Yeah, pleasantly surprised. This was a a banger, you had said in Discord, and when I finally watched it, I watched it after a work event. I just sat in a parking lot and watched it on my phone because I was so excited. And wow, it started off, I thought, a little slow, but man, it kept going.
It kept going. That was the thing with it.
So how do you want to tackle this? Big things or in order?
I don't know. Well, I mean, we're trying to review it off of this Polygon article, so I assume just go and kind of how they have it, because I don't remember the order that things exactly happened. I know Pikmin 4 was first, and I was like, sure, Pikmin. Sure. I mean, it's every time I see it, I'm like, oh, right, Pikmin is really just like my first RTS.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm like, okay, like, it's cute.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it last time, but I showed it to my daughter now that they had the trailer here, and she was like, wow, that looks fun. So you might check it out. The beginning of this Polygon article talks about a couple of the games that they already announced. One was Pikmin 4, and then Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, which is out this month, and then Bayonetta Origins, and people keep calling it Cerveza in the last
Cerveza.
Cerveza in the Last Demon. Cerveza in the Last Demon, whose art style looks pretty damn good. So. And then we get the big one on this Polygon article.
We knew it was coming somewhere in here. They really waited till the end.
They did. We're like, where the fuck is Zelda? What the fuck? Are they delaying it? No, they're not delaying it.
No, they're not.
Doubling down on the date, May 12th. And then, what did you think of the trailer?
This was the first trailer that they've shown in a long time for it that gave me chills.
Oh.
There was a specific, like, I don't know, the music kicked in. It was like whenever you in the trailer, jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
And he glide, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember that. This is going to be great.
This is going to be awesome."
But cars,
like
and flying things that you get to build, I guess. Because I'm like, it looks like you're pulling out relic pieces and snapping them together to make.
Nintendo saw people making weird fucking vehicles out of the physics of the game, and they're like, why don't we just make this Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts? And you build your shit. And we'll put Matt Mercer in the game, I think.
I think it's Mercer. Everyone's certain it's Mercer at this point. As Ganon or not Ganon, I don't know if it's Ganon as the villain. I mean, we defeated Ganon in the Breath of the Wild, and this is really just a sequel.
Right.
So it could be someone else. I know it's like the mummified thing.
Yep.
That we saw in the very first trailer, and I'm like, it could be Ganon, it could be something else. It doesn't have to be.
Right.
There have been other villains.
Girahim. Bring back Girahim. He'll be my daughter's favorite game of all time.
But, I mean, it does look like more Breath of the Wild.
Oh my god. Got homing arrows, got fucking more physics in the world. Looks like there's puzzles out in the open world. Maybe you can play as Zelda. I'll just keep beating that horse.
Because there was the picture of her holding a Sheikah slate.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Was an official image.
I think part of the trailer where she says, "Link, lend me your power," or something like that, right? When she's
something like that,
robot arm.
I'd have to watch the trailer again at the end there. I didn't know if it was lend me your power or lend him your power.
Oh, maybe.
Like she's giving a prayer for him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
I don't know though. We'll find out because they're keeping all the cards really close to their chest still on like what this game actually is about.
Yep. I know we don't really know. Yeah.
No.
They said originally that they didn't say the title because the title was a spoiler. And it's like, I know the title now, and I don't know how it's a spoiler.
Zelda's just dead. Everyone's crying.
Someone's dead. Like maybe Link's dead, and you play as Zelda.
I don't think so.
No,
unless it's a giant bait and switch on all these trailers.
Well, the trailers, and I think they've done it for other games, or other people have done it for other games. The trailers could be shit from the first 5 hours of the game.
That is true.
You know?
That is true.
No idea. I'm just cannot wait. I was at a work event. My co-president is as excited about this game coming out as we are. And we were in a meeting and someone was talking about we need to set our deadline for a certain event for May 12th. And I'm on the committee for that. And they're like, okay, is that okay? And I was just like, I can't say no because a game I'm waiting for is coming out that day. But I really want to say no. I didn't. I was like, yeah, that's fine. We can do that work. because the deadline's the 12th, and then we'll do the work over the next couple of weeks. I was like, but I'm very excited about this. I pre-ordered the amiibo.
I did get the amiibo.
I pre-ordered the game when it was $59.99.
Yeah.
Now it's $69.99. So
I assume they're gonna honor that price for you.
Amazon will.
Amazon typically will.
Yeah, Amazon I think will have to. They sold it to me for that much.
They can cancel the pre-order.
I guess they could. That's true.
There's nothing stopping them from canceling the pre-order. I've had pre-orders canceled before, not for pricing reasons, but they had to cancel it.
Well, they took off Metroid Prime 4. That was no longer pre-orderable.
I know, but I still have they didn't cancel pre-orders. They just took it off so people couldn't do more.
But what if they canceled yours that you've had for 6 years?
I checked. They haven't yet. I mean, eventually. Yeah. I mean, if they do that, then I'm like, well, this game's never coming out, actually.
Well, I was thinking they would just cancel it to then be able to say it's also $79.99 or $69.99.
Yeah.
I will say, though, sorry, go ahead.
No, I don't know. Go ahead.
There are games coming out now for other systems that are $69.99 that are not worth that. Breath of the Wild is worth that. Like, even if I had to pay $70, I don't like that's well worth it. Sorry, yeah. I'm gonna play the game forever. So,
yeah, I definitely from a amount of content content and quality. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not sitting here being like, oh no, they raised the price by $10.
It is odd though, like mid-cycle or whatever, end of cycle.
It is. I'm curious on that. I mean, I guarantee it. They're like, well, we know we can charge more for it.
Yeah, you fucking can. You could have charged.
This is Nintendo. Like, people complain about Nintendo. They never put their games on sale or that deep of a discount. I'm like, they don't, because I'll repeat it every time, know the value of their properties and the quality of their games, and they're like, no, this is, if you want to play it, this is the cost. Like, we're not
even their hardware. They just said that in the investors call, like, we know the value of this hardware. We're not discounting it. That's the third highest selling console of all time now.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, the more that I play it, I'm like, this is one of my favorite consoles ever. Like, because it can play all the other ones.
Yep.
Which, speaking of, leap a little bit here, but Game Boy and Game Boy Advance.
It happened.
We called it.
I mean, I think you called Game Boy Advance. I was like, there's going to be Game Boy. They're going to start with Game Boy for sure. They're not going to go to Advance. They're just going to do it at the same time. But you need the expansion pack for the Advance.
Exactly. Yep. So it's behind a $50 gate, basically.
Yeah. No games on like Advance right now that I'm like, oh, I want it for that. But they previewed Golden Sun as one coming, so I'll do it.
Because you don't have the expansion pass, right?
No, I don't right now.
I got it specifically for Mario Kart.
Sure.
Because I was like, that makes sense. I'll just get the expansion pass and for that, and then whatever else comes, and they've added a bunch of stuff. I think N64 is on the expansion pass too. Or is it?
Nope,
okay, yeah,
it is.
That, and then Game Boy Advance,
and some Sega stuff as well.
Well, yeah. When I went to download the Game Boy stuff, I was like, oh fuck, I forgot Sega was on here, so I downloaded that too. I played a little bit of Minish Cap. It's great. We were just reading the manga, and I started playing. I was like, this is awesome. I told my daughter, and she was like, can we play it together? It's like, yeah, it's a lot of reading. She's like, great. But then I loaded up Mario. How the fuck do you call it? Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, or what the fuck ever. And I loaded up because they may have said it in the direct or not, but I read it later that it comes with the e-reader levels that I've never played.
Oh, yeah, they did say that in the direct.
Okay, cool.
I just didn't know what they were.
Oh yeah, so there were 38 special levels for this particular cartridge using the e-reader that Nintendo made, and they almost feel like ROM hacks where the first level is Mario Brothers 1, level 1-1, and then level 1-2, but with Mario Brothers 3 sprites. So when you play the second level and you go away to the end and you go to the warp pipes, there's no world to warp to because it's not giving you the whole game. It's just giving you a couple levels with those Mario 3 skin, basically. And then you go down the pipe and you just go to a treasure room and you get like an item. And then there are new levels. So I played a new level tonight. And apparently it's been a while since I played Mario, because I died like 7 times, and I died right before the end, and I was like, "Fuck it," I held the rewind, went back 3 frames, and then made the jump again, and then finished it. But I was talking to my wife. I was like, my favorite game of all time. There are 38 new levels that I can play. And she was like, Mario 3 is your favorite game of all time? Yes, it is. She's like, how did I not know that? And I was like, what do you think the top 5 are? She's like, well, okay, I didn't know about Mario 3, but Witcher 3 is on that list. That game you played with your cousin all the time when you were a teenager, which is Diablo 2, is on the list. And then, what was the other one she said? She said Super Smash Brothers. I was like, I like that game, but it's not in my top 5. But yeah, just being able to play those new levels that Nintendo made for Mario 3 is just like fucking awesome. So awesome. So I've been really enjoying that so far.
Yeah. I'll need to get the expansion pass here at some point. I'm sure I will.
Worth it for Mario Kart. Also, I think wasn't Animal Crossing?
And you get Animal Crossing's DLC as well for free or included with it.
I like the way that Nintendo does their subscription thing, where it's, like PS Plus or whatever else. You're basically getting other people's games, but Nintendo's like, no, we're just gonna give you our games.
Our games, and lots of them.
Mostly our old games.
Yeah,
because we know they're worth it. So fuck it.
Yeah, and Sega's stuff now too.
Oh, that's true,
Some of it. You're just like, sure, because why not? Let's just rub in that we won the console wars more.
Big time. Well, Sega's out there fucking. The guy who did Nier.
Yoko Taro.
Yoko Taro. Did you read that news this week?
Yeah, that what was it? That free to play mobile thing.
Is it free to play? There's a game where he's making the villain of the game Sega.
Yeah. This is a. I did read it. I was just trying to check. It's Yoko Taro Sega 404 game set. 404 game reset.
Yep.
And it is a mobile game.
Oh, it's a mobile game. But
and I'm pretty sure it's... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, it is personifications of, like, Sega games.
Yeah, but as, like, sexy women.
Yes. Basically. Waifus.
Yeah, waifus, exactly. Like, oh my god, guys.
I don't even know, but I'm like, sure, I'll try it. Why not?
Sounds crazy.
A few days... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this is going to be. I don't know why. Cast of anime waifu designed to represent classic Sega franchises like Outrun, Afterburner, Virtua Fighter, among others.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Like, one, art for the characters will be handled by Atelier Sophie artist Yugin, giving all characters a uniform look, so they're all going to have the same style.
Right.
I mean, there's no word if this game is coming to the West.
Right.
Correct. Yeah, who knows?
I feel like maybe not. Or if it does, it's not coming on a console. And Sexy Sonic is going to be hard to take. So in the Direct, they mentioned that Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot.
Hey, it's finally happening. Yeah.
Finally, a year later.
They're like, I guess, fine, this isn't stopping, so...
Yes, exactly.
We might as well just put this out now, I guess.
We've had it in the can for a year. Right. We've had a lot of games in the can for a while, and this Direct had a couple of them.
Yeah.
But this is one of them.
Yeah.
Any interest in that one for you?
Not a huge amount, but I do like the art style for it.
Yeah.
The new animation and everything. I'm like, it looks nice. I think there's just a lot of other stuff coming out, so this does not break into like, I'm going to buy this.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be right around Horizon time.
Yeah. But we can talk about the thing that I've already paid for and will be getting soon.
Yes. What else was
Metroid Prime Remake? Oh, just inject it right into my veins now. I know I could get it digitally if I wanted, but I want physical of this.
Yep.
This is one I want a cart. I don't want this tied to any marketplaces or anything. I just want to own this. I still have the GameCube, my GameCube copy of it. Like, it's in storage. I found it when I was moving crap out of my basement and we were just resorting things. I'm like, oh yeah, there's Metroid Prime. But boy, does this look pretty.
It looks really good, and people who've played it talk about how gorgeous it is.
Yeah, I watched a YouTube video. I was hoping Digital Foundry would do something, but they haven't yet. But someone else put up a comparison between GameCube, Wii, and the remake Prime Remastered on Switch. I want to say that the actual Wii looks worse than the GameCube. I don't know if that's possible, but I was like, they would cut between each one. And I'm like in the same scene. And I'm like, the Wii just looks a little bit more like ass than the GameCube one. But the remaster looks really good. It's so good looking. And it's a solid game to begin with, so I'm not worried there.
People, I mean, I haven't played it. People talk about how it was just like way ahead of its time, and like still to this day is like feels a little bit ahead of its time.
It's really good. Probably up there with one of my favorite Metroids. It's that or Super Metroid.
Super Metroid.
Those two are incredible. It's
going to sell more on the Switch than it ever sold on GameCube, probably.
There's a lot more Switches. It wouldn't be hard.
I got it physical too, so I mean I'm playing other things right now. I'm playing 3 Goaties right now, so I can wait on this one.
Yeah. But yeah, I was losing my mind a little bit when they started showing that. Which I'm like, fine, don't give me 4. That's fine. You give me the thing I know that is great. I do think this was probably. There's a part of me that thinks, since this is Retro doing this remaster as well, and there's been so many people. I mean, I can't imagine like the main like Metroid Prime team is at Retro anymore.
Well, they're not, because they're not in the credits, and they're making a big deal out of it.
So I'm wondering if this is a way for the studio to get alignment on what Metroid Prime is.
Yeah.
And that series, and get something under their belt of being like, this is what makes Metroid Prime great. Like,
I think that makes a lot of sense.
So now make Metroid Prime 4.
So if that's true, and I think that makes a lot of sense, do you think that means Metroid Prime 4 is years away?
Probably 2 at minimum.
Okay. So I was wondering if this was like set up the cadence for like this out now, Metroid Prime 4 out next year kind of thing.
I don't think they might hope for a year. I think it would probably still take 2, because I have a feeling like they announced Prime 4 so long ago. I'm sure it existed. I just have a feeling it got scrapped at some point.
Oh yeah.
And they're building it again. This comes out. This has been worked on, helping the team understand the property, what it needs, what it is. I mean, they can happen concurrently, I'm sure. At least some amount of work. So I would think probably 2 years to actually come out.
Yeah,
would be realistic. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's like, because I don't think this isn't the same engine as Prime was on the GameCube. There's no way from the comparison.
So. Yeah.
So I'm like, this theoretically even could be the engine that they're using for Prime 4.
Right.
There's nothing stopping that from being the case.
Well, and the way that, I mean, obviously it looks better than GameCube, but also it just looks good as a game. So
yeah,
if
it
this
looks
is what
dramatically
4 looks
better.
Like if this is what 4 looks like, that's sufficient.
Yeah,
really.
So there's a lot of stuff in the back of my head where I'm like, this is a great way to jumpstart learnings on a team, and also use it as a proof of concept for your engine, your new engine that you're making for it, whole thing. Yep. So, and Nintendo gets to make a shit ton of money.
Well, it's so interesting.
This.
It's interesting because, yeah, for sure. But it's interesting because this was in the same direct where, I mean, they didn't announce it, but Breath of the Wild's going up $10, and then they released this as a $40 game, which is totally reasonable. Actually, they could have sold this one for more, I think. But
yeah, I mean, everyone was expecting it to be $60.
I
saw that,
for sure.
because the price wasn't. Pre-orders didn't go up immediately when the direct, and most people like I was working with and my like communities were like, "Oh, how much is it going to be?" Everyone's like, "It's Nintendo. It's probably 60." No, 40. It's like, okay. I'm not sure why. They've had other remasters that are at 60.
Yeah,
like
Pikmin 3 is still at 60.
Yeah. Bunch of the Wii U stuff is still 60.
Yeah. Yeah, I just bought a new Wii U one today for this weekend for the Switch that I'll talk about later. It was $54. Just doesn't come down in price.
Yeah, actually, it was just like in Discord, where one of the guys was asking about other games like Super Mario 3D World. I
Yep.
was like, oh, like 3D World is on Switch now, but has Bowser's Fury with it. But I'm like, that's 60. The new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, 60.
Yep.
It's just like, I guess they don't. I mean, those are just remakes, even less remakes, just ports of the Wii U. Like, and they're full price.
They're full price and they're still full price, and it's just amazing. They hold their value for sure.
Yeah.
But like I've been wanting to get Kirby for a while, the new Kirby from last year. And it's not really dipped too much. But speaking of that, Nintendo released this month the vouchers again, the game vouchers.
Yeah.
So you can get 2 for $100, and then you can basically get 2 Nintendo games for $50, which is cool because Zelda's $70, so it's really a $20 discount.
If you're cool with getting digital.
You have to be cool with getting digital. And I always buy Nintendo stuff physical, and I was like, why do I have some Nintendo games digital? I only buy physical, and it's like, oh, because I had those game vouchers from several years ago. But then so you can go to Costco and get a $100 shop card for $90, and then buy the vouchers. So you're bringing it down to even $45 per game. So if you're looking for a deal, that's kind of where it's at.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, it is. But Nintendo games, I really just need them physical now. Partially because the Switch, as opposed to like a PS5 disc or whatever, most of the data is on the fucking cartridge, so you're not downloading much. So it really is saving a lot of your hard drive for the Switch by getting it physical. Plus, Nintendo games they don't go down in value. Like that Prime remastered, I can't imagine. It's almost like the 3D World. No, not 3D World. 3D All Stars, where like they just stopped printing it. Like they're not saying they're going to stop printing it, but eventually you won't be able to get it, and it's just, I don't know. It seems like a good value.
I mean, I don't know if you can. Yeah, it's not available. Like they're sold out currently on Amazon for physical.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Metroid Prime Remastered they're not just currently unavailable. They're not,
fuck.
Checking other ones, Target.
I
thought it actually was generally just sold out though.
Oh wow, that's kind of what I was talking about, and I didn't realize that it happened so quickly.
Can't pre-order it at Target. It is sold. Pre-orders have sold out.
Oh, dude, that makes me very happy to have got my pre-order as when I did.
Yeah, I did Best Buy.
Oh, did you? I did Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, because it wasn't up on Amazon at first. Whenever
I see.
Like, Best Buy was the first place to put it up, so that's where I was like, "Yep, give it." And
I have it as
you can't pre-order it physical on Best Buy either.
Oh shit! I bought it, and then it just says order received. We'll email you when we have a delivery date.
Yeah.
So they don't have a date, which is weird.
Well, the other thing to be with that is Nintendo said that it was coming out on the 22nd for physical, February 22nd.
Right.
But there were a few sites, Amazon being one of them, that was like, no, we ship on the 13th.
I saw that. That's
Best Buy was not one of them. Best Buy was always the 22nd.
Right. Because
I feel like Amazon and a couple other places just have it wrong.
Yes. No, they must. Yeah, exactly. It did say. I remember seeing that. I was like, that's not right.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to have my pre-order in. I hope that means that I will get it.
I would assume so.
Yeah. But I imagine they'll be hard to get, and you just confirmed that.
Yeah, I think it will be. It's likely we'll get another print run, but some Nintendo games are just hard to get. And you never know when they'll reprint, is the thing.
Yep.
But man, I do not have a pre-order in on Tears of the Kingdom, but it's available again.
And it's $70 now, right?
Yeah, it's been, but it's been basically not available since pre-orders went up. Like they all physical sold out immediately.
Oh,
like
interesting.
The original allotments. So I'll just put that in right now while Amazon has it in stock.
I'm looking at top Switch games, and it's Tears of the Kingdom #1. Hogwarts Legacy #2, and Hogwarts Legacy is also listed at $70
on the Switch.
On the Switch,
okay,
folks. No, that is not where you want to play that game.
No, I would never even touch that. We can talk about that later.
We will. For sure. Then there's okay. That must be like a deluxe version because there's also a $59.
There
here.
you go. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Oh, Scarlet's for $50 right now. Anyway, Baten Kaitos. Have you ever played that?
Nope.
Monolith Soft worked on that and got published by Bandai Namco back in the day.
Yeah.
2 like card-based RPGs, I guess.
Yeah, I've heard the name before. I've never really touched them. The game came out first in Japan and launched in North America in 2004. Makes sense. I probably wasn't. Oh, GameCube. Yeah, probably at the time I was so freaking broke and poor at that time in my life. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't buying a lot of new games.
You weren't buying obscure ones.
Buying obscure ones, and I was mostly for my what am I doing for entertainment? I was most of the time was playing World of Warcraft during that time.
Mm-hmm.
And most everyone I had kept playing it because at birthdays and Christmas and everything, people just gave me playtime cards.
Oh, that's cool.
I played almost for an entire year of WoW for free. I didn't pay a damn thing.
Nice.
And you can get a lot of playtime in WoW.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, then. So I do feel like, especially 2004, 2005 was definitely I'm not playing a lot of whole other games. I don't remember playing a lot in that time other than WoW. Such was life. I had a good time. But so completely missed these ones, and this is one I was just happy to see. Cool that there's gonna be a modern way to play it.
Yeah, exactly. Like game preservation perspective, at least. Also, for me, that's 2 GameCube games in this Direct that are coming to the Switch.
Yeah.
I have never played 1000 Year Door Paper Mario, and people talk about that being the pinnacle of that series, and I just would love for that to come. So we'll see. Next on the list here is Fashion Dreamer from Xseed. Sure.
Yeah. It was do you want to be a fashion influencer?
Yep.
Simulator? Yeah, no, it's cool.
I'm good.
There is a market for that, for sure. I guarantee it.
Just not me.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Dead Cells Return to Castlevania, though.
Hell fucking yeah, dude.
And the music. Oh, the music in the trailer was so good.
And they said 50 games from Castlevania returning, and then 20 or so that they've remixed themselves or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
It just sounds amazing. And it reminds me that I drafted this on my fantasy draft. And then it reminded me that I drafted Hogwarts Legacy. And then that reminded me that you counterpicked Hogwarts Legacy.
I did pick Hogwarts Legacy. I'm trying to see if they've... it has come down 1 point.
It come down 1 point. Yeah, it's 85 right now.
I'm trying to see if that includes the Wired review.
Oh, shit. I didn't see the Wired review. What did they give it?
1 out of 10.
What the fuck? Because of J.K. Rowling?
I assume.
Wow.
But Wired gave it 1 out of 10.
Dang. That should be counted, to be honest. It should bring my score down.
I'm just they don't have it included yet.
Okay.
But I assume it will be.
Wow.
So we will see.
Yeah, maybe that'll skew in your direction probably.
I bet it's going to come down maybe another or 2. I actually, when we're talking about our fantasy league, I wouldn't be surprised if it lands somewhere around the same as Fire Emblem was, which was 83 or so.
Yeah, that sounds.
I think they're going to be around the same. Metroid Prime Remastered is the 96. We couldn't have fantasy picked that because we had no clue it was coming.
Which one was it? Oh,
Metroid Prime Remastered.
But we wouldn't have picked that one because we weren't doing...
No, that's what I said. We couldn't pick it. We didn't even know it was coming.
Exactly.
It actually, OpenCritic has it at 97.
Dang. The new one?
Yeah. Prime Remastered is at 97. There's only 11 reviews right now, but yeah, there's a lot of 10 out of 10s, which the game, even on the GameCube, was a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, depending on the day.
Dude, this Wired review is fucking savage. Did you read the Wired Tired beginning?
No, I didn't read. I just saw someone.
Holy fuck. Wired. It helped me say goodbye to the setting for good. Tired. The story is rooted in anti-Semitic tropes. The gameplay is dated. The graphics feel like they're a couple generations behind. All the characters are one-dimensional. Doesn't stay true to the lore. Every character feels like an off-brand version of the character we know and love. There's no sense of place, no magic, no heart. Tell us what you really feel.
Really
Holy shit.
Yep. They were not feeling it at all.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. That's not in Open Critic yet, but I'm sure it will be.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be too. I'm sure. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy. This is what I expected from somebody. So
yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that game later for sure too.
Yeah. They had Ghost Trick, which actually I never played. I briefly remember hearing about it, but we're getting it on here now. Do you know that one?
Ghost Trick?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. In fact, I own it.
Really?
I do. I own it on DS because of Jared Petty. He was on a podcast talking about how this is one of his favorite games, and it was on DS, and I bought it, and I have not played it.
Well, there you go.
But I fucking own it, and now it's coming to the Switch, so it'll get a bigger
I'm sure.
audience. Re-release of a 2010 adventure game. So it's coming out on all systems, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Switch, but it's probably right at home at Switch, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
I might have missed what you were saying it, but have you heard of it before this?
I had heard of it. I didn't really know what it was about, just that this is a thing. The trailer was finally, I was like, oh, I get what's going on now.
I understand that the story is quite good. Looking at the trailer, I'm like, interesting.
Yeah, it's like weird puzzle thing. Lots of different types of puzzles too. So yeah, I don't know. And speaking of remakes, we're also getting Katamari Reroll on the Switch as well.
I have never played a Katamari. I assume you just roll around. It reminds me
They're
of
very chill. They're very chill and very
possible.
weird. So weird. But I think that's kind of the point. It's just,
right.
I mean, the puzzle part is that you can't roll up things that are too much larger than your current Katamari is. So it's like rolling around the world trying to collect things of the right size to make your Katamari bigger, so you can roll across and collect the bigger things.
I think I haven't played these. I played Donut County, which is like you have a hole underneath it.
That's similar. Like Donut County is very much inspired by this, just a different mechanic, but
right,
similar core.
Yes, rolling around picking up buildings now.
Yep. And then I think in the first game you eventually start rolling around and collecting the galaxy.
Oh Jesus, that's cool. Maybe I'll check that out.
They're silly. I mean, I feel like your daughter might enjoy it. They're very simple. Like
she would like that.
Bright and colorful. You just have to roll the ball around and collect funny things. And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh, you're just collecting everything.
That's cool. I might take a closer look at the first Katamari.
Yeah.
Next was Splatoon 3 expansion pass. They bring back Inkopolis from the first game, and then there's a creepy ass fucking horror add-on called Side Order, which takes the color out of the world that I assume you have to paint back on or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I saw the trailer. I was like, I imagine that's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah. Creepy.
I mean, it is a game about painting, so
it's like the second creepy trailer. The first one was the ending of Pikmin 4, where all the animals get red eyes. The Disney Illusion Island art style, I think, is cool. That's another game that was announced, or not announced.
Yeah.
It had more information. It comes out in the middle of the summer. It's a platformer with Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and Donald. I'll probably check that out.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like a Metroidvania, actually, because you like get new abilities that allow you to open up new parts of the.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Like a simple Metroidvania.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Looked interesting.
Don't Nod has, I think this is Don't Nod, Harmony, The Fall of Reverie.
Yeah, this looked creepy and kind of intense.
Yeah, very different from Life is Strange kind of art style, too.
Yeah. So I assume it's kind of adventure gamey, visual novel-y.
Yeah. That's their brand.
Yeah. June, we'll find out. Then we got Professor Layton, the new world of Steam. Of course, another Professor Layton. I've never played any of them.
I've played I forget which one. It was on the iPad. I probably played a couple hours. I liked the puzzles a lot. Very interesting.
Oh wow! This says the last mainline Professor Layton game was released in 2014.
It's been gone for a long time. Holy shit!
It really has.
Level 5.
That's crazy.
People were very excited about that, especially since it's been gone for so long. Of course, they're ready for it to come back. I think the puzzles are, if I remember correctly from the iPad one I played, like by the time, like something maybe my daughter would be interested in the puzzle wise, but probably not the character. So it probably won't be one I'll pick up, but I'm glad it's out there for people who are excited.
Yeah.
Same thing with the next one.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people super excited about Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time. There is quite the cult following for Fantasy Life. Clearly.
Apparently, people are just like, the first one was fantastic. And I was like, I remember this. It was like a job simulator. Like, okay.
Yeah. Life simulation game. Holy crap. The music was done by Nobuo Uematsu. He's the guy who did the music for Final Fantasies up through like 9. Oh, wow. Dang. Like, and occasionally in later ones still. But he's the dude who wrote the Final Fantasy music. Is this Square? It's not Square.
It looks a lot like...
It's level 5. Okay.
This is also level 5?
Well, the first one was level 5.
Oh. Well, I assume it's still level 5. Oh, it is level 5. Jesus. Well, that's probably why it's so good. Level 5 is pretty good.
Huh.
That's another one that I think my daughter would like that simulator. Like, she could be a cook and an artist. That's what she wants to be in life. So, or separate now, she wants to be a video game creator.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, it speaks here. It's like very much in the vein of Animal Crossing, but I think a little bit more in-depth mechanics going on. Not a lot more in-depth, just a little bit.
Right. And a wider variety of things to be, I think.
Yeah. So, I feel like this will have a cult following, and it's one that I'll probably put on the list of, like, maybe some point I'll pick it up and try it.
Yep.
And for you, since you have the expansion pass, you get some more Mario Kart courses because it doesn't stop ever.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm excited because it doesn't stop. I'm excited because this is a new fucking course. This is a course based on Yoshi's Island, and then they're bringing in a new character, Birdo, who hasn't been in forever. And I didn't know they were bringing in new characters, and they said they're going to bring in more characters. This shit doesn't stop.
No,
I'm so excited. Like, what other characters are they going to bring? I told my daughter, and she was very excited. She likes Birdo. So I'm happy, so happy to have not just new courses, but new courses that they're making right now to be new courses. The courses are going to release by the end of this year. So
yeah,
we're on wave 4, and I think there are 6 waves,
something like that. But I mean, I just look at this. I'm just like, well, it's the second best-selling game on Switch. So
Mario Kart?
No, Mario Kart's 1, isn't it?
Is the first? Yeah,
first, right? And then Animal Crossing is 2.
Yeah.
But so yeah, they're not gonna not give content for that game because for whatever reason, when people buy a Switch, they also buy Mario Kart.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because it's a goddamn good game, and it's like infinitely replayable.
Yeah.
You know, in a way that even like Smash isn't.
Yeah. No, Mario Kart is the epitome of the Nintendo party game.
Yep.
Like, especially, you're just like, fine, you got the 2 Joy-Cons that come with it, get another set of Joy-Cons, look, 4-player, go. Like, super easy. And pretty much anyone can play it, no matter their age. So.
Yeah, and the way they've added not accessibility, well, maybe, but the options to like let it go, stay on the track, to auto gas, whatever else.
Yeah.
We just keep coming back to that game.
Yeah.
Obviously, they keep giving us a reason to, but even if they didn't, man. I mean, I've talked on this podcast repeatedly about how I wanted this stuff so badly, and now they're doing it. It's just love it. Every time there's a new one, we go and play it. So.
We forgot one other game we skipped over. Samba de Amigo.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do you know that?
Oh, yeah. I played Samba de Amigo on the Dreamcast.
Okay.
The original release. That was in college. That was a pretty popular game over in the Sci-Fi House.
Oh, yeah.
We had Dreamcast. We had the Maraca controllers.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? They had Maraca controllers.
You shake them.
The way that this
I
plays
think
is,
we're pretty sure it had the maracas on the
I
Dreamcast.
believe you. I believe you. But you see the rings where like it hits the top ones and the middle ones, whatever else. The
Yeah.
way that is Persona 5 Dancing All Night or whatever, the star thing.
It doesn't it's
It's the same
surprise
mechanic,
me.
yeah.
I'm trying to see if. Oh no, there was the maraca controllers. We totally had the
Holy
maraca
shit.
controllers
Oh my god.
on the Dreamcast. And my God, we were having so much fun. God,
Yeah.
we had so much fun.
When
And
they
now
shake a
they have the
Joy-Con.
the
Yeah.
Joy-Cons work. They work, and I'm sure they'll make the maraca sound out of the Joy-Con itself.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh God, I don't know if I'll get it anytime soon, but I'm like, oh yes, there's good memories with Samba de Amigo.
Let's see here. Where's the Maraca controller? Samba de Amigo Maracas. I'm looking on eBay. Oh yeah, there they are. People on eBay are like, why are everyone so excited about this fucking Dreamcast post that I've had on here for years? All of a sudden they're selling their Samba de Amigo shit.
Yep.
Oh man, that's cool.
Shake, 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 shake,
Shake, shake, shake,
shake,
shake,
shake, shake.
All right.
Such a ridiculous game.
Now I know what you're doing, and when does this thing come out?
June 30th. No, I'm not.
Oh, there you go.
There's plenty of no. I'm on Final Fantasy 16 during that time. There's gonna be nothing.
Yep. Dreamcast
Nothing else.
2000, Wii 2008. Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Crazy. I mean, this direct overall had a lot of good stuff. Jeez.
Yeah. And they really did keep it pretty focused on stuff coming out in the first half.
Yeah, we have no idea what's coming out in November, you know?
Nope, nothing at all. So I still say we could still get a Mario by then. I still think there is a Mario coming.
I think
for the
there
fall.
is too. Yep. There's no way there's not, considering the year they're going to have with Mario. Seriously, would make no sense to me.
Yeah, and I don't think they're launching a new console anytime soon. Not soon. I think it's announced next year. It probably at earliest is late 2024. But so I feel like they have plenty of time. They can like, fine, we'll put another Mario out on this, and just let it be. Because why wouldn't they want to try to sell another Mario to the 100 and by that point probably 135 million Switches in the world?
Right. Why not? What's above the Switch? Is it the Game Boy and the PS2?
I think the PS2. I think you're right on the. It is the Nintendo DS. Was the
DS?
The DS was 154 million. The PS2 was 155 million, or a little bit more.
Okay.
I don't know if the Switch passes those. Like,
that's a lot.
I think it hits around the 140s would be my expectation. I think the Switch, because they'll still be selling Switches even after our next one comes out, but I think it tapers off somewhere around 140 million.
I think the only way, and I don't know if this is how this would work, but like, imagine the next Switch is not like a Switch 2, it's just like a Switch Pro.
Sure.
So it just continues the Switch SKU.
But they could do that. I mean, the DS had that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why the DS is so up there. Like, it had multiple revisions. Same with the PlayStation 2. Like, it's counting the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 2 Slim as well.
Well, I mean, the Switch is already counting the Switch plus the Switch Lights.
Yeah, and the OLED ones now.
Oh, and the OLED, well. That's right. So
yeah, that's true. They got 3 SKUs going on there.
I mean, I purchased 2. I had the original one. I bought the new, not the OLED, but one that had an updated battery because I played it handle all the time, and then I gifted our old one to someone who needed it, and then they're still getting a lot of use out of it, which is great. But then, you know, I didn't want to buy an OLED just for the OLED screen, but
yeah,
whatever the next Switch is, it's fucking day one. I'm buying it. But I wonder, because Switch 2 would be a new SKU and you start all over again, I would assume.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Well, PS2 did continue from PS1, so
it's true. Yeah. Yeah, it's doing real well. Real well.
Real well. Good stuff. Well, it's amazing. So it should. I'm looking forward to Zelda. It looks amazing.
Yep.
But I don't know what it is. I'm looking forward. There's so much I'm looking forward to here. Like as I said earlier, I'm playing 3 Goaties right now. Fucking Engage, which Engage had some DLC announced here.
DLC was announced in there. The next part of the season pass that launched the same day. And then Xenoblade Chronicles 3 had their trailer, which I had called that they would probably have one. And it did.
Sure did. But yeah, playing Engage, playing Hogwarts Legacy, and Hi-Fi Rush, and those games are fucking phenomenal. And like, it's February. It's not even middle of February, and you've got 3 Game of the Year contenders already out there. Jesus, Engage is good.
It is. What chapter are you on now?
I'm doing a bunch of paralogs, so
Okay.
I picked up that healer boy.
Yep.
And then I'm doing where you can go backwards, like it opens up old ones, and you can like whatever story conceit it has, like, oh, bandits have come back.
Oh, skirmish. You're doing skirmishes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm probably moving into chapter 6.
Okay.
7, one of the somewhere in there. But man, I love it. I think people still complain about, I don't know, the story, but the story is fine for me. It hangs the action around it, so it's fine enough. And the social stuff is just enough to be interesting, but not too much.
Yeah.
So I've been enjoying that quite a bit. Hogwarts Legacy, Hogwarts itself is a character that is amazing. Like, it's really fun to run around that place, and I've been enjoying the writing actually. So far the writing has been great. And then playing, my daughter's obsessed with Pokemon, and we've been doing just tons of make-believe with Pokemon. And then I ended up getting Pokken Tournament DX on the Switch.
Okay.
And she died and went to heaven. We can battle Pokemon? Because we do Smash Brothers, and we just choose Pokemon, but it's not quite the same. And it's just like these big, beautiful Pokemon fighting each other and just learning about new Pokemon. And I turn her health way up, and then mine keep it at standard, and she just fucking wipes the floor with us. Like, she chooses Shadow Mewtwo and just beats the fuck out of us. And like, I'm really trying to beat her, and I'm not. She has more health, but still, she's she's a little gamer.
Playing with a OP character.
Well, that is true. She's like, I love Mewtwo.
Okay.
Yeah. So him and Lucario.
There you go.
Yeah. So other than Snap, that's what I've been playing this week, and they're all just fantastic experiences. Hogwarts is really good so far. And it's, hard to divorce it from J.K. Rowling, but
unfortunately.
Yeah, but it is just bringing back the magic of that world, and it's just, wow. I wish I could go back and read the books, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. I have not been playing Hogwarts, but I've been watching it played some because my wife is playing it. And I think this is the first action game that she's probably played in over a decade.
Oh, wow.
She's a little rusty.
Mm.
She's having a struggle with all the buttons, the layouts, the controls. She hates the camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she hates targeting, how targeting works both ways. Yeah. Like, camera. She loves the writing, she's exploring, and she loves the writing and like exploring Hogwarts, and that's great. It's just like when she's in combat, she's like, I hate this so much. Just from a person that hasn't played a ton of it, it's just like, man, there is actually, I haven't touched it because I don't know the actual how it feels. I won't get to touch it, as she said, for weeks. So it's off limits, which is fine. I have other things to do. So I don't know, but there's definitely like button overload for her. On like having to hold down R2 and hit other buttons, and like trying to figure out the cadence of like when she can actually like cast her spells, because it sounds like it animation locks a little bit. At least she says it feels that way, that like you can't just be hit Protego in the middle of like while you're casting something else.
I haven't really been in combat other than like the it's not tutorial, but like when you go to visit different professors, and like I had a battle with the Slytherin kid. Maybe you watched your wife do that, maybe not.
Yeah.
That's like the only battle I've really been in.
Well, there was one in the beginning as well during the.
Oh God, you're right. Fuck. Yeah, like all the knights or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
And she was trying to. I haven't played it, so I don't know how it actually feels, and so I'll eventually play it and see how that all works out, because I feel like there's a rhythm to the combat you have to understand, and.
especially with the blocking that, and then it turns back stupefy.
Yeah,
Some
but
timing to that
she
too.
definitely, there was timing to it, and there was definitely something where she saw like if she was just doing attacking, like if she was in the animation of attacking, she couldn't. That Protego doesn't go off. Like there's an actual. I don't know. That's the thing. I'm like, I don't know. Does it animation lock to a point?
Right.
Which I'd have to pay attention to when I'm playing more, but we'll figure it out. But she's having a good time. It looks pretty, and eventually I'll get to play. But other than that, it has been Steam Next Fest for me.
Oh, nice.
And so I have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 demos. And also I've played the Octopath Traveler 2 demo on Switch.
Nice.
Great. I'm really excited for that game when it comes out. I love the combat system in those games. And the nice upgrades to the HD 2D art style. Just lighting and water effects. It's the same thing, but even better. I played that on Switch. Actually, I'm going to try tonight the Octopath Traveler 2 demo on Steam as well, because I want to see what it looks like on a very powerful graphics card.
Yeah.
So, played that demo. I downloaded Sea of Stars demo. That was in the Direct. That demo come out. I have not played Sea of Stars yet.
It's interesting that it's only the demo on the Switch, it seems like. There's not
only on the Switch.
Yeah.
But I want to play it because basically I had a friend play it, and he was saying that it is actually a lot like the Super Mario RPG.
Oh.
Like it's Chrono Trigger and Super Mario RPG put together, because the combat is active. Like you're doing your button pressing during the combat. Like you actually have to actively block. And
okay.
So I'm curious. I haven't got a chance to play it yet. But on Next Fest, I played Arcadian Atlas, which is one I've had on my wish list for a long time. It's a pixel art tactics RPG. It wants to be Final Fantasy Tactics. It doesn't land for me, unfortunately. So off at my wish list it went.
Sometimes demos are not good.
Yeah, it just didn't work. Like it felt a little slow, cumbersome to control. Not a huge fan of the writing. So, alas, could get there, but I mean they've been working on that for a long time. Fabledom, which is a fairy tale city builder, had a good time with this one.
Whoa, Fabledom. Huh.
Yep, it's like fairy tale-esque kind of city builder going on. Like you want to build your little castle and get up there and your little your little hamlet into a bigger thing. I played that one for almost 40 minutes, just messing around, and I had a good time. It was very chill, very cute art style.
The art style does look good.
Yeah, really, it was not bad. That one got put on my wish list.
If I get the demo right now, I can play it later, or I have to play it only until tomorrow?
I don't know. It's worth checking. Yeah. Gestalt, Steam, and Cinder.
That looks gorgeous, dude.
Yeah, it's really cool. It plays really well. I had a good time with that one. Yeah, I'm talking about Metroidvanias. This is a Metroidvania. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think if anyone likes Metroidvanias, Gestalt, great, go for it. It will be, again for this one, added to my wish list. I think it comes out sometime this year. Yeah, it says 2023. Something I saw that got linked in the Cyberpunk subreddit, which was a Steam Fest demo, was Heistgeist.
Heistgeist. Cool
it's a Cyberpunk Slay the Spire, basically.
Oh wow!
It is very inspired by Slay the Spire. It's okay. Like I don't think it's bad. I wishlist it because it's Cyberpunk. It's competent. It has its own kind of identity, and it could be interesting. It's pretty early at the demo. Only took me about a half an hour to play to finish the whole thing. But it got a wish list. It was fine. Inkbound was another one I played. I'm going through this. This is a very, very weird and can be done co-op roguelike tactics game.
Wow.
Really cool art style, but it has like you can do co-op multiplayer tactics, and it's like freeform kind of move. It's not grid-based tactics.
Yeah, I see that.
It's pretty cool. I do want to kind of watch as that goes. It's supposedly with the first half of this year, Q2. So
I like the color palette.
yeah,
Honestly.
it has a neat color palette. It has different classes to choose from. So you have different abilities. So yeah.
Oh, the guys who did Monster Train made this. Oh,
yes,
wow.
it's the Monster Train guys.
Oh, okay. Well, that's on a wish list then. Let me download that demo too. It says it's similar to Midnight Suns. Like, okay.
Yep. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
The free form.
Yeah. Yeah, after playing, speaking of that, by the way, I also played that. I was doing a lot of fishing with Blade, but I had a couple of battles, and I got Spider-Man.
Nice.
The way, and I was listening to someone explain this or talk through this on a podcast recently that I really kind of stuck with me. Fire Emblem versus Midnight Suns, the battles themselves, where Fire Emblem feels way more regimented. Like there's a way, maybe there's a couple ways to do it, but really there's a way you should do it.
Yeah.
And it's not versus Midnight Suns, which is like you just improv.
Yeah, figure it out.
If you figure it out, you don't know what cards you got. And they are making the case, and I thought this is really interesting about Fire Emblem, where playing it with permadeath on is not the way to play it, even though that was originally how you should play it, because that forces you into have to play it the one way to get everyone to live. Whereas if you just play, normal, they faint or whatever and come back later. Like it's happened to me a couple times where that person dies. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna have to figure it out now, which just felt funner and better.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. Tactics games are less fun whenever there's like you feel like, okay, I'm just trying to solve the puzzle put down before me.
Exactly.
Like they level design this. There's a specific way I'm supposed to do this.
Yes.
I might feel clever and find my own way to do it, but you can feel that you're doing it the wrong way while you do that.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah.
To continue in the tactics vein, Phantom Brigade, which has been out on Epic for a while. This is Brace Yourself, Crypt of the Necrodancer people. Phantom Brigade is a mecha tactics game that is really, it's complicated. I'm looking forward to actually doing this because it's so freaking nerdy. It's simultaneous turns, so your turn, you see what you have 5 seconds, and you move your guys along paths, freeform paths for that 5 seconds, and based on where you saw them and what's going on, you see what their planned movement is going to be, what you can think it's going to be. But things can get knocked off course during your turn. Like you can get rammed, you can get hit, so it slides you in different places. So it's like you trying to predict where things are going with not 100% accurate information.
Oh, wow.
It's complicated, but it's the right type of complication for me. It's really strange that it's from the guys who made Necrodancer.
Yeah, because I was like, the way you were just describing it, looking at some of the stuff here, it looks like Into the Breach 2.0.
Kind of. It's similar. It's kind of like that, but it's like they said, freeform. You're planning paths, and you need to make sure that you don't collide with your own guys. And yeah, it's complicated, but it was pretty cool.
Are they a publisher or are they?
No, they made
developer?
this. They made this. This is them. Brace Yourself. They did this, which was it was on early access on Epic for a long time, so it's finally coming to Steam, and that's why it's the demos here.
Well, it says it's coming out in a couple days.
Yeah,
a couple weeks. I mean,
yeah.
Does this mean they weren't making Cadence of Hyrule 2? God damn it.
Who knows? They made Cadence of Hyrule while they're making this, so
they
had this, and they had Industries of Titan is the other one that they're making at the same time.
They just released that.
They did. Game in 1.0. Yep.
Wow.
So they've had a lot of. They usually, I think, have small teams overall. They're not like a huge company, but they make games with smaller teams. Yeah. So, all right, what's the next one? Shadows of Doubt. It's too buggy for me to recommend right now, but it is a 3D. It's not Minecraft. It's like kind of pixel-ish Minecraft-y block kind of city. It's a procedural city that gets built, and then it's a detective noir story. Like a procedural detective noir.
Oh, okay.
And like it's super ambitious, but it was pretty buggy and not the most performant. It seems really cool though. It gets wishlisted for me only because I want to see where it goes. And because if they can land this, it'd be real neat. Yeah, it's just like procedural city. Like, I don't know how they're going to pull this off to make interesting cases. But seemed pretty neat. Sons of Valhalla I played, which is reminded me of like, is it Two Kingdoms?
Two Kingdoms.
Side-scrolly, pixel art, side-scrolly, Kingdom Two Crowns.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's it. I was like, God, it has a different name. Yeah, okay. I knew exactly what
you're talking about. It's like that.
Okay, got it.
Except it's Valhalla, and it's a little bit more action-y combat. It has a little bit more, it has like an RTS-ish element to it, because you make troops, and you guide them to follow you and attack, and it's okay. I wasn't that impressed. I played about 25 minutes, and was like, I found it kind of grindy, more than anything. I played the System Shock demo, which is the updated demo for the remaster, which is on my Fantasy Crit thing.
It's also on mine.
Is it? Oh, because you counterpicked it.
Yep.
I think this will be fine.
Okay.
Like, I think they're doing a good job with it overall.
Good. Okay.
Playing the demo, I was like, yep, this is System Shock, and this is the Thinking Man's RTS, has good quality of life, has it's Unreal Engine 4 now. Their last demo years ago was Unity. So they switched engines. Their art style still holds. System Shock's still a good game. So yeah. I think this will still be a decent one. I don't know if they'll make their March release date. That's the thing about it. I'm like, I'm sure it's this year. I just don't know if they'll hit March. They might need to delay a few months. But it was nice. I played Void Train. That was just super high on the list of what people were playing. Do you know
Void
what
Train?
Void Train, one word. Do you know what Raft is, or heard of Raft?
No.
It's kind of,
wait, is it a survival game?
It's a survival game. Void Train is you're on this train that's going through this void. You can jump off of it and like free float around to collect resources, but you're like building a train as you're going down these tracks through this like weird cosmic horror train line.
Oh my god, this is weird.
It is super weird. I actually came back. I played it for over an hour. I think it's a little slow right now in the demo, but it's intriguing. That's the thing about it. Like, I'm like, okay, the core mechanics are really actually pretty neat, and I have a good time with it. I just need the beginning to go a little bit faster on, like, because I'm sure there's ways that you start collecting resources at a better rate than you just one-off picking things up, floating around.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a neat game. Played that. It goes to the wish list as well.
I love the weird stuff that's coming out. Like,
yeah, I actually am really impressed with the Next Fest this time. They just had a lot of weird stuff in it. It's pretty nice.
Is there a list where you can see like the most downloaded demos?
I don't think downloaded. You
No.
can see like most. What is
Most
it? The
wish
category.
listed upcoming games.
Popular company, and then daily active demo players.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
And
yeah, there it is. Yep.
Void Train is number 2. That's why I was like, okay, people are playing this. What it is? I didn't
Dark and
download
Darker is- yeah. Go ahead.
Fantasy Tarkov.
Tarkov. I don't even know that. What is that?
Oh, you don't know? Tarkov is a super popular FPS. It's called Extraction FPS. I don't even know how to best explain it. You go in and it's kind of like PvP VE kind of stuff. So you can go with group or not, but your goal is to get in, kill AI, kill other people, collect items and loot, and then get to your extraction point and get out and not die, because you keep all the stuff and you can use that equipment on your next.
Oh, so it's like a you're pushing against to go a little further to get more stuff, but I could die. Lose
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, and you got to be careful because there could be people around and they might kill you.
The inventory in this fucking game looks 100% like Diablo 2.
Oh yeah, totally.
Wow.
I have not tried to play it. It's every time. So this isn't the only time they've made it available. It was like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. They did a free play weekend. Other than that, because it's not playable, and every time it's there, it's like top game on Twitch.
Oh, interesting.
Like hundreds of thousands of people watching this game. it's a force to be reckoned with. I don't know if I'd actually like. I watch people play it, and I'm like, I don't know, but people really want this like fantasy dungeon crawler, where you're fighting not just enemies but other people as well. There's a tension to it that is very nice. So yeah, that was the last demos I played. So most of this week has just been playing demos, I'll be honest. Steam Fest happened, and I was just like, all right, I'm just going to try to focus on demos and just play different stuff.
See what
I'm happy I did. Like, there's been a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
A lot of the ones that you called out are on this Polygon list of the best demos from the
Okay.
Next Fest. Shadows of Doubt's on here, yeah. A game called Rusted Moss, which is not one you made, but it's a bullet hell Metroidvania.
Oh, jeez.
Sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff just
cool.
on here and around. I'm actually pretty happy with how Valve has continued doing these Next Fests. It really helps indie devs get out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been playing. It's very cool.
Speaking of good games that we've been playing, I keep forgetting I'm going to mention it now. The games in my backlog that I've been playing, because I've continued to play. Fuck, where'd it go? God damn it! I played too many games since that I've played this shitty game. Oh fuck, what was it called? Fuck, I had it in my 2 playlists, but then I hooked up my PlayStation in the garage. My daughter played a couple. She played Minecraft and then Crash Team Racing. Cluster. Oh man, this is gonna drive me nuts. That was not Cluster. What the fuck was it called? Ugh! Give me a second. I really want to tell you what this game is. There it is. Rocket Birds 2.
Okay.
Evolution. Let me tell you, man. Don't even.
Don't.
Don't. You're like a chicken, and you're trying to save your friend from some evil boss that you killed in Rocket Birds 1, apparently. And the controls are so hard to figure out. You're like having to aim with like the right bumper while you're moving with the stick, and then using the other buttons to one to aim and one to move and one to do some other logistical mechanic that I can't remember right now. And then you're also trying to shoot weapons, your gun, or you're throwing bombs. The control, like, were fighting against me the whole time. The whole time. And I loaded it up before last week's podcast, or a week before. It was like 2 weeks ago, actually, on the PlayStation 5. I told my wife I needed to play something before the podcast, and I chose that. She was reading on the couch, and then it just is violent as fuck. Just like just shooting bullets, fucking ripping chickens in half, and blood shooting everywhere. She was just like, "What are you playing?" I'm like, "I'm not really playing it. I'm just trying to get through my backlog." Play things on my backlog. And then while I was away at the conference, I played something on my backlog from Steam, which is Ninja Pizza Girl, which is actually kind of fun. It's like a side scroller where you're dodging environmental hazards trying to deliver pizza. And It was pretty simple, and it played well, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I think that was like a Humble Bundle game that I got a lot of fun with.
Probably.
So it was worth the half an hour that I played and enjoyed it. Unlike Rocket Birds 2.
They only have 97 reviews.
For Ninja Pizza Girl?
Yeah.
Oh, I should review it.
You should.
Ninja Pizza Girl. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I was thinking about, like, whoever made this game is, like, put their heart and soul into this game that, like, it's a little clunky, but it plays well, and 97 reviews. Very positive. Yeah, I mean, it does what it wants to do pretty well. Okay, I will review this after we get off the podcast. Ninja Pizza Girl is the kind of game that a major publisher wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole, and we gamers would be poorer for it. That's from The Nerdist. Polygon says, "What's the scariest thing in the world? Ask your teenage daughter." What the fuck? How's that a review? It says it's a serious game about self-esteem, bullying, and resilience, and pizza delivering ninjas, which is totally true. That explains it very well.
Okay, then.
Yeah. I think it's like 4 hours to beat. I think I remember looking it up on How Long to Beat, so I might actually continue to play it. Unlike Rocket Birds 2, which is terrible. So, yeah, anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's us talking about the Nintendo Direct. Lots of good stuff coming out. This is Prof and Dev Play Games, episode 372. We are trucking right along. Please rate us on your podcast service of choice, and we will see you next week.
Later, everyone.